What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Urban Platform Speaks. Make sure to like and subscribe as you tune into the channel and check out the content. And with that being said, man, I want to speak on the Jalen Hurts situation, right? And I gotta say that I saw this coming, especially when early in the season, AJ Brown, was not satisfied with, the amount of passes he was catching and his role with the team, right? And I'm not surprised that things are going this way. So now that they are, AJ Brown is receiving the ball more. Now, the Eagles, they're losing. They look different. And I was saying from the very beginning, like success is fragile. And so what you have to do as a team, you have to, you have to do what's working. Like if it's not broke, don't fix it. I know that the guy, the receivers want the ball more, but throwing the ball more puts the ball at risk more. Now you have a game where Jalen Hurts threw 4 interceptions and everybody's saying he's horrible. You have people even saying, maybe the Eagles should draft a quarterback in the next draft, when I think it's the fault of the coaching staff. They should have found a way, like a happy medium between AJ Brown and Jalen Hurts, whereas though you don't disrupt Jalen Hurts' rhythm. Because as a quarterback, if you disrupt the quarterback's rhythm on the team of what he has going, then that can affect the whole offense. Not just, like the receiver, if he's not getting the ball and y'all still winning, that's different. That's a lot different. But that, it just affects the whole offense, and not only the offense, but now you got this guy turning the ball over 4 times because now he's trying to force it down the field. People saying that that like this is Jalen Hurts was, they trying to say, well, Jalen Hurts, this is the real Jalen Hurts we seeing. And the thing is, he wouldn't have threw all those interceptions, like I said, if he wasn't trying to force the ball down the field, and so what I want to do is I want to listen to Coach JB, his response, and I want to react to what him and Smitty had to say about how Jalen Hurts played. And I also want to listen to their opinion on whether they think that the Eagles should try to get a new quarterback or draft a new quarterback this upcoming draft.
Betty, do the Eagles need to draft a quarterback? Go.
No.
Fuck, too fast.
What?
Supposed to think, like, come on now. That's not that fast of an answer. You shouldn't have that fast of an answer.
I think they're like, you went on the show yesterday. I was talking to Big King. We as a society,
disappointed in his effort. But go ahead.
we as a society and we as sports personalities, we have to do a better job of overreacting too much. Like we overreact to everything, right? Like, and I get, we have a daily show, and we have to react off what we just saw yesterday. Jalen Hurts was horrible yesterday. 4 picks, a fumble. It has not been a great year, but yesterday specifically was horrible.
So hold on. This is real?
I'm not an actual like statistician. I'm not an analytical guy, so I can't verify it. But is it
a real Bleacher Report?
It's this legit graphic from Bleacher Report, and they said for all the audio listeners that Jalen Hurts QBR against the Chargers last night was 31.3, and then they said if you spike the ball on every single play, your QBR will be 39.6. So that's how bad they play, and that's the stat of the day brought to you by, we can't say it.
Smitty.
So yeah, he had horrific 4 picks, a fumble, and they still could have won the game. That shows you how talented that Eagles team is. So
that's what I'm saying. All right, so Smitty just said that he had Jalen Hurts had a horrible quarterback rating, right? And they still had the opportunity to win. That not only does that speak to, like they said, the talent on the team, but you want to, as a coaching staff, you got to make sure that chemistry on the team do not get disrupted, right? And to have Hurts doing things or trying to throw the ball more than what he really needs to in that offense is not a good idea. I think the coaches allow somebody like AJ Brown, who's not really, like I said, he's not happy with the way the the amount of catches he's getting. And I think they're going to need AJ Brown. There's no doubt about that. Like going into the season, he's an excellent wide receiver. The reason why the receiver on the other side gets so many targets is because AJ Brown is getting he's getting double teamed, right? But still, man, you have to find a way to keep AJ Brown happy, and at the same time, don't have Jalen Hurts throwing the ball and putting the ball in harm's way so often. This to me is the coaching staff. This is their fault. Also, I agree with Smitty that the Eagles better not draft a quarterback next season.
Don't get me wrong. This guy, man, he's not having a great season. I think he's a middle of the road quarterback anyway, but I just think he does have that it factor. We've seen it in the big moments. We've seen it in the playoff. We've seen it in the Super Bowl multiple times. The one they lost, he balled out. The one they won, he played very well. He makes plays when it matters the most. So, I don't judge Jalen Hurts on the regular season. I judge him on the playoffs and what he does there. And he just won a Super Bowl, y'all, last year. And then went to another one, I think, the year before that. So, I can't, with clear conscience, say, drive another quarterback. Not right now. It just don't make sense. So, that's where I'm at.
I would argue they do draft one, though. I'm not saying they're going to draft one directly in replacement to right now, but I think they have to start as an organization, think about the future, and it's coming fast. The future comes fast in this league. Mm-hmm. Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised they draft a quarterback. I mean, let's be honest. They've addressed every issue possible over the years. They have a great roster top to bottom. I would think they're going to get a replacement for Lane Johnson, because without Lane Johnson, they're like 12 games under 500. So when he doesn't start or play, Smitty, they're below 500, tremendously below.
Man.
Now, that's number one. Number two, I don't know if it's you. Saquon got an explosive play last night, but other than that one play he broke on, like he looks older in just 1 year. It's funny how the running back looks, but that's why running backs get drafted where they do, and that's why they don't get paid. You can literally age overnight, and I'm just telling you, it's funny how that shit works, but it's true. I wouldn't be shocked if they addressed the running back room. I wouldn't be shocked if they addressed the tackle spot, and I wouldn't be shocked if they drafted a quarterback. Not to replace Jalen Hurts right now, but I think somebody that's going to be a future guy, like an Aaron Rodgers to a Brett Favre. I wouldn't be shocked if you see.
Are you thinking they're going to draft them like early, like first, second round? Or are you just saying somewhere? Oh, okay. So you're saying like early,
I think early. I think they're going to try to get a good quarterback, not just a fucking fifth rounder. I think they're going to try to get a good quarterback. So,
all right, let me just say this about their running game, right? With Saquon Barkley. Again, the Eagles won the Super Bowl last year. Right. So you have to take into account that there's a lot of film out there on the Eagles and what they do and what they like to do. That's number one. Then number two, teams get up for the Eagles every week. Once you win that Super Bowl, there is like a target on your back. So teams get up for them. And I think the Eagles record is still something like it's 8-4, something like that. So they're not real, 8-4. I think it's 8-4. It might be 8-5. More likely it's 8-4. This season is not like they are in a better position than the Kansas City Chiefs. Let me see. They look better than my Ravens. They look better than the Steelers. A lot of teams, and it's hard to repeat anyway. And as soon as there's a chink in the armor, and especially like from within, I blame the coaching staff, like I said, for not getting on top of this thing with AJ Brown. Jalen Hurts, in my opinion, he don't get enough credit as being a franchise type quarterback just because I don't know if maybe not flashy enough, but like Smitty said, the two Super Bowls that he went to, he balled out. He played, he played really good games in the Super Bowl. And so if the Eagles organization don't get on top of this and put Jalen Hurts in a position where he's comfortable, where he don't feel like he need to force the ball down the field to his receivers. They should, I think, the Eagles should address the running back because Saquon Barkley, I think he's still a really good running back, but I think he takes a lot of there's a lot of wear and tear on Saquon Barkley. So yeah, running backs, you can replace them really, really fast, a lot earlier than you would a quarterback. And I just think that Jalen Hurts is somebody who just brings so much to the table. I wouldn't, if I was the Eagles, I wouldn't mess with that quarterback position. You could bring somebody in. I wouldn't get a first round quarterback or something, anything like that. If you had other more pressing needs like a tackle and a running back, I would do that. But this is, this to me is the coaching staff allowing the wide receiver to mess up the chemistry on the team. When coaches should address that. If AJ Brown is not happy, like I said, they need to find some type of happy medium. But you can't have this guy Hurts put him in a situation where he's throwing the ball all the time, and forcing it, feel like he got to force the ball downfield. And it's funny to me, like how nobody is not even addressing that, because this, in my opinion, is like this situation is a result of this what went on with AJ Brown, like, and media reports coming out saying that people in the locker room was not happy with Jalen Hurts. I mean, what more do you want? Like, we're here to win. And if the way that Jalen Hurts, help you win is not good enough for you as a player, then, go somewhere else. And maybe, it's just so hard to get to the Super Bowl and everybody can't be happy, and it's not even about making people happy. Like, you, as a football team, you want to make it to the Super Bowl. So that's all I had to say on this, man. I just think that this it's the coach's fault. Hopefully, coaching staff will not put Hurts in a position where as though he feel like he needs to throw the ball. And they could have still won that game with 4 interceptions and a fumble. It could have been really 5 interceptions, but it turned out to be only 4. So that's my take on it. Everybody, I want y'all to make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to leave a comment, and I'll check you all out in the next video. Peace.